I know I'm like a day late on this, but it's too funny. I have to talk about it. As I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have seen, sex pestiny, molestiny, Epstiny, whatever you call him, was recently outed for talking to a 17-year-old, excuse me, for sexting and trying to meet up with a 17-year-old. I, for one, am shocked, dude. I, for one, am shocked. Unbelievable. It's just, who could have seen this coming? Who could have ever seen this coming? I don't understand. Like, shit from butt found in toilet? What? Okay. I don't know if you guys saw this Dexerdonox tweet. You saw it. Everybody here fucking saw it. I know you guys saw it. Streamer Destiny has been accused of sexting and sharing pornographic material with a 17-year-old girl. Twitter users, including his own son, are sharing the evidence of sexual chat logs by Destiny and the minor. The only problem I have with this is that it should be saying Epstiny. Okay? And I gotta say, this is quite the collection of messages here. What timeline is this? Like, what reality are we in? What happened in our timeline? Genuinely. Where Epstein can tweet out, "That's fucking disgusting. Ukraine has children working in their missile factories now, question mark." And then his son replies, "Since when did you care about the children? Except for Rose, lol." And I'm sure many of you are thinking, well, how did all this come out? Why is all of this being revealed, etc.? A big part of it is Pixie suing Destiny for essentially revenge porn, aka having her sexual photos or videos being sent to other people without her consent. And in response, Epstein did the one thing that he knows how to do, which is double and triple down, even when it doesn't make him look good. By doing this, let me read the tweet out. For those who wonder how the information about Destiny's underage sexting partner was found out today, look no further than Epstein himself. In May, he decided to taunt his Kiwi Farms thread openly while providing additional private information to them. Logs read bottom up. It's funny because they think I'm hiding stuff about Rose since she's underage. The only reason I haven't mentioned anything about her is because I know it would make those R words dig harder. If they want more, go on. And then he links the thread. She went to blank college. Good luck. Okay. All right. Okay. Did you see the one where his kid said that Sex Pestiny broke his promise to play Minecraft with his son on his birthday so that he could flip out about Hassan instead? That's amazing. Gato tweeted out, "It's now 100% confirmed that Rose was 17 at the time that streamer Destiny was exchanging pornographic material with her, anything sent prior to October 2022, placing him in direct violation of numerous state and federal statutes." Can I just say, I'm not going to read any of these messages out. Let me pull up the original Gato tweet so you guys can see it. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. This is a crazy set of events that occurred. This is Instagram DMs between the two of them where she says, gotta watch it on mute, family and kids all over the place in our house. And he says, if you can, give me a discreet video of your little feet. And then this Twitter user. Wait, so he's a confirmed foot fetishist. Is that why his co-host and personal Ghislaine has a mirror for her feet in her streams? What the fuck? What the fuck? is happening? Oh my God. Oh. These people make me sick. Hey, maybe don't sexualize me. I have a mirror and I'm a woman. That's about as deep as it goes. Dude, I have a giant mirror and there's a reason I don't put it behind me, even though the best place in this room for it would be behind me. This edit is so fucked, dude. I'm sorry. It just brought me so much joy. I need to share it with you guys. Also, the reason they call this woman Epstein's Ghislaine Maxwell is because when Pixie came out about all of the revenge porn and all the numerous amounts of women that had their intimate photos or videos or audio shared with other people without their consent, she made sure to be like, me and Epstein are gonna put our podcast on hold for right now. We're just gonna put it on hold and I'm just gonna see, what happens. And then her messages came out where she was like, it's really not that bad that you're getting exposed for this. You really didn't even do anything wrong. Like, they're just a little mad. Like, it's really not that big a deal. And then, surprise, still associates with him. Shocking, I know.
She knows. She knows. Hey. Bad things happen to the people you love, and you find yourself praying to heaven above. But honestly, I feel that sympathy, 'cause the bad things are always on them coming from me.
Oh, God, dude. What a fucking total shit show, dude. What a total shit show. I want to do two things. One, I just know many people think 16 and 17 are not minors. I don't know that anyone thinks that. I think people just don't. People just try to pull up defenses because they don't want to think about it. There was one other thing that I saw. Friend of the H3 podcast, and more importantly, sponsor of the H3 podcast, the guy behind Redact Dev.
You've got to play the original J. Cole. She knows now after that KEKO.
Let's see what he has to say.
Fellow orbiters or coworkers, if you're one of my coworkers out there and you're making your little bit of a strong statement about how much you condemn Destiny and everything else, you better not let me fucking find you doing something else and signing some other bullshit off for someone else. All this is just virtue signaling fucking bullshit, okay? It's like, because it's like, oh my God, sharing nudes? Okay, I'm out of here immediately, right? Like, fuck Hassan, right? Fuck everyone that's using this as a jumping off point to like try and make their side win. Don't let me capture you in 4K being a virtue signaling cunt that,
Me, when I don't think you should share people's sex tapes without their consent. You're just virtue signaling. You're literally just virtue signaling.
Don't let me capture that event from any of these people. I will fucking destroy you if that's the case. My fellow.
I'm so glad that the H3 show has a sponsorship from such a wonderful, great character. Don't let me catch you in 4K, man, in 144p. Oh, dude. Okay. I don't know if I missed any parts of the story, but I also was kind of curious to see
Speaking of my enemies,
this coverage
if
for a
you
little
recall, Destiny is in some legal trouble currently because he was caught distributing without consent videos that he had filmed, both with and without consent, his sexual activities with people. And the only reason we know about it is because he tried to hook up with some random Discord e-girl, apparently. In the process,
was 17.
of trying to hook up with this random random teenager on Discord, somewhere along the way, like these videos that he was sending to her got revealed. He was sending around revenge porn. And I think like some of the aspects of that story you most likely heard about. I covered it after the allegations were unearthed, but basically he's now in a bunch of legal trouble. But it turns out there's more to the story. There was speculation that the person that he was trying to hook up with was underage. And I guess now there is confirmation that that person indeed was underage. Remember those logs that came out of Sex Pestiny trying to do age play? Well, it turns out he was trying to do age play with someone who was already a minor, or at least according to the readily available information. Now, obviously, this is not that surprising for many of you because you've probably seen Destiny defend lowering the age of consent before.
I feel like I could give so many hot takes, but I can never say them because when you
Here's
say
a hot
it's
take,
like-
but I would
Go
defend it. That's the. I'm not just saying hot takes, but saying my takes. Here's one I actually defend it. Ready?
Yeah.
16 and 17-year-old people should be legal.
go.
Should be legal.
Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back in a little bit.
If you're gonna hold people that are 16 years
Hassan
old
made it
forever
try to
accountable
solicit
for the
nudes and sex from a minor classic.
Who could have seen this coming? Who could have seen this coming?
dumb shit that they tweet, then you know what? They should have all the other rights and responsibilities that come along with being a fucking adult.
Talk about how actually it's not pedophilia, but ephebophilia and things of that nature. He's done all of that, right? So this might not come that much of a surprise to you, but this seems like the biggest confirmation so far. More leaked sex between Destiny and Rose, the underage girl he sent revenge porn to, because my parents are like super strict. Don't do this, don't do that, don't go there, don't talk too high. Well, it would be so hard to drive you home. Oh God, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. It's insane. Go watch on mute. Family and kids all over the place here in our house. Ah ha ha. Yes, ma'am. You can give me a discreet video of your little feet. Anyway, this is really fucked up. It has now been 100% confirmed that Rose was 17 at the time. The streamer Destiny
Sex past. More at 11.
That's crazy.
was exchanging pornographic material with her, anything sent to her prior October 2022, placing him in direct violation of numerous state and federal statutes. I guess like they found out the actual identity of the person that he was sexting with, and they found out the age of the person he was sexting with, and it turns out she was 17 at the time. Will Israel grant him refuge? Maybe if he converts. His defense is that he thought she was 18, but alleged DM shows he didn't even try to verify her age despite being skeptical that she was 18. This is allegedly the first interaction Destiny had with Rose, a 17-year-old. The second image is an email explaining how the image was obtained and some behind-the-scenes DGG Mossad info. If this is truly all Destiny did to verify age, he deserves no amount of charity. You are hot AF, but 18? What the Also, one-day-old account. Oh, well, I mean, I'm flattered.
Oh yeah, this is such a good bit. Whenever people are like, well, actually, it's not.
I have a girlfriend right now. Thank you. Neither of us has very good taste in music. So whenever we're about to make love, I put on a random Spotify playlist. And a couple months ago, I put on an R&B playlist. I was feeling ambitious. And R. Kelly came on. Yes. You've heard the news? And my girlfriend was like, oh, no, we cannot listen to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a... And now here's the thing. And just hear me out for 1 second. Technically speaking, R. Kelly is not a... Just give me 1 second. I promise this goes away. Just hear me out. The term refers to people who are attracted to those that are prepubescent. Then there's something called, that's people who are attracted to those in the early stages of puberty, like 11, 12, 13, 14. And then there's something called that's people who are attracted to those in the later stages of puberty, like 15, 16, 17, 18. But I think the reason we don't make those distinctions is because it's very hard to explain the difference without sounding like a...
Well, that's because the only people that make the distinction are the only people doing that are.
If you wanted to, yeah, sure. Preferably one near an ID, so I know you're at least 18, but I understand if that's too much info you'd be comfortable showing. Yeah, that's fine. Just writing something on a piece of paper, more than enough. Yeah. What? I'm not solo. A friend of mine is employed by Destiny. Destiny, the R word, started a server of approximately 10 people with the purpose of finding Rose. You're correct in that they failed. He shared the attached image with the server, as well as sharing videos of having sex with older men. other NSFW with the purpose of identifying her, identifying the hotel, etc. She was 17 years old. In the majority of porn she shared with the server, other members of the server had to tell him that if he's going to continue sending photos and videos of her, to please blur the genitals because they don't want to get in trouble if this turns out that she was underage. I don't know how damning this screenshot will be. What the f is this? Those features of the screenshots made me initially question the credibility of it, but I don't believe my friend would lie as they are still completely indoctrinated.
Yeah, there was a server where people were just sending people's nudes and people's porn around, I guess. And they were sending her stuff. And they didn't know if she was 17 or not. But the problem with the law is that it doesn't matter if you did or didn't know if they were 17. What matters is, were they 17? Even if you say, oh, well, I thought that they were 18. It actually doesn't matter at all. It also doesn't matter if they lied to you. Even if they said to you, no, 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 I'm 18, I swear, and they weren't, you're still in trouble. It doesn't matter at all if you were deceived by the minor.
By Destiny, and I have no reason to believe that they would try to sabotage him. Close to the bottom of the screenshot, it's partially obscure, but he says, okay, I believe you. She declined to show proof of age, and Destiny enthusiastically accepted that. The only verification she gave him was proof she's not a catfish by writing her screen name and the date on a piece of paper and taking a picture with it. It looks like a minor and declines to verify their age after being asked. An adult with a functioning moral integrity or even an ounce of self-preservation would cease communication. Are there any FBI agents working in this goddamn country? Why are streamers doing this investigation for them? It's even crazier than that. I don't even think...
I know it's crazy to talk about, but like, yeah, cops don't actually really care that much about like sex crimes. Don't Google, what is it, 40% and cops? Don't do that.
These are streamers that are doing this investigation for him. These are members of his own community that aren't like as brain broken by the cult, that are literally saying like, this is a bridge too far for me. And they're the ones who have actually actively pulled themselves out of the state of the state of the cult that they were in. These are all literally ex-cult members. There are a lot of people who used to call themselves orbiters, including some of the girls that he actually shared the revenge porn of, that called themselves orbiters. Like, he basically designed this like weird little sex cult for himself. And these people were self-described orbiters that were trying to, you know, generate some kind of goodwill and clout off of like being associated with him. And then when all of this stuff came out of him just like filming himself both consensually and unconsensually without telling the other person that he was filming them, of having sex, and then sending these images to random people online that he wanted to for some weird reason, and I cannot comprehend what that...
A guy here got caught by one of those pred catchers, and the cop said there was no real victim and then let the dude walk off. It's like, so you want to wait until an actual 13-year-old gets taken advantage of? Yeah.
A reason would even be. He did all of this
The cops in my town used to run a brothel, and it was kind of a big deal.
And a bunch of those people who were wronged by him, including Pixie...
By the way, biggest telltale sign that someone is way too online and way too insane is calling people who don't ascribe themselves to be orbiters. Like all of the people online who are like Hassan orbiters. It's like, that's the easiest way to find out if someone is actually insane and they've spent way too much time online.
Which is one of the main victims here, who just tweeted out he knew 8 minutes ago. She was one of the people that is in a court case with him right now for revenge porn. And their friends basically said, this is a bridge too far. We're severing our ties. Now, what's really interesting about this is that one of the major generals in this battle is Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman. You might know him as Diddy Dan or Dan Stalkman, the guy who owns Redact Dev, the guy who was so stupid that he basically tanked the reputation of his company by making it seem as though I was a client of his company, and also simultaneously that his company that's supposed to like sanitize your social media footprint was actually literally keeping blackmail on people, on their clients. Like, that's the way he presented his own.
Can you imagine using redact.dev and then not immediately considering, wait, I wonder if this is a good platform to use and it's not just like a scam that's going to eventually be used to bite me in the ass.
Company. That's what he was doing as far as marketing. That person also, from my understanding, literally used the members of Destiny's cult that were actually criticizing Destiny. He basically used private information of those people to blackmail them into silence, to blackmail them into submission. Yes, that Dan Saltman that sponsors H3H3 podcast.
Redact.dev, guys. They are our Bunton sponsor. That's right. We got product sponsors, baby. Really cool company, actually.
Ethan Klein's podcast, who is one of my major stalkers, who is actively trying to constantly get the ADL up my ass for the crime of calling out Israel's genocide. That guy is a sponsor of the H3H3 podcast. He basically damn near writes most of Ethan Klein's context nukes and all this shit that he does, alongside Destiny's entire community. Because unfortunately, that community almost completely revolves around no like real decipherable world.
And this has always been the saddest thing about watching the past year or two of like Ethan Klein's shenanigans on YouTube. It's like, dude, everything that you're doing is just going to fuck you later because you're replacing your audience of people who actually enjoyed your show with Destiny fans who will leave the moment you stop being in that camp and you stop targeting the people they want you to target. And you will just slowly bleed out viewers until you eventually realize, oh, I fucked myself. Or just Hassan haters. I mean, that's a circle. Which is why his audience has been shrinking. It's because, I'm sorry. Every broadcast being the Hassan is a terrorist broadcast is just not entertaining. It's just not entertaining. It's so boring. But as soon as he stops talking about Hassan and how much he wants to destroy Hassan, guess what? Destiny fans will stop watching him, and he's already lost his primary audience, which have stopped watching him as well. And he's going to be left with like nothing. Ship's been sinking for a while and he's determined to go down with it. It's just obscene, dude. Probably why they're doing less weekly shows now, too. Oh my God. Don't even get me started, dude. What's this? Wait, why can't I hear?
Wait, there's already a poop sockception?
Who sent me the poop sock? One of you fucks.
A poop
thought you were gonna get
sockception.
me. Oh, dude.
DNMs it.
Y'all suck.
Y'all suck.
Someone poop socked Hassan because somebody else poop socked me. Oh.
Okay, add that to the poop sock
what is
section.
this Denims video?
All right. Oh, speaking of cops, famous ex-cop of 3 years patrolled a high school, doesn't care how old Rose was. Good thing he's not a cop anymore. Just another influencer for hire, minimizing all of Destiny's illegal and violative acts. Real cops actually care about this kind of stuff.
I've been trying to cover other things besides Destiny, just to mix it up and make sure that we don't become a Destiny rewatch channel. However, truth be told, there's a reason why he's the most popular streamer in liberal news media. There's a reason why he's constantly the center of attention and drama. And it's because he gets into fights with other people all the time, which is what we'll be talking about today. Grilshallah, indeed, indeed. How old was Rose? No idea. 17, 18. Now, I don't care. Let me tell you why I don't care. We already knew that. We've known that for a year. That like Rose was like living with her parents.
Who is we?
And all that kind of shit. So, well, maybe not a year, maybe November. So we've known that she was living with her parents and it was fucking stupid and all that bullshit.
Oh, victim blaming the 17-year-old and not like what, the 38-year-old?
So I don't know.
Not the dude that's like 2 decades older than her?
17 years old, 364 days and 11 hours. No idea.
Average ex-cop.
Yeah. No idea. And you know what? I hope that the entire drama of sexting random people on the internet of sending
It's like red flag after red flag. Like you just go 2 seconds.
homemade pornography to various people, of having it leaked, of getting sued over it. I hope that has been and will continue to remain a wake-up call for Stephen to not be so hedonistic and nihilistic.
Yeah, that's the problem. Being hedonistic and nihilistic. You know, let me just tell you, chat, if you want to go on Grindr and have sex with a bunch of adults your age every single day for the next year, I would never judge you. Not for a moment. Okay? I don't think anyone has a problem with him being hedonistic. They have a problem with him being hedonistic. Okay? That would be, I think, the problem here. I would consider that to be the problem. So, all right, back to the video.
But instead, just an insane anger that they feel towards me because I guess wronged their favorite content creator, Destiny. It's interesting though, because what they fail to recognize is Destiny is up his own career all the time. Like that's the reason why he's not like a household name. But because he's so narcissistic and can never take accountability for his own actions, he has basically created this world where he can constantly say, no, I'm in this position because Hassan lies about me or whatever. Or he might say, oh, I did this thing that's wrong, but think about Hassan. He did something as well. And this has been an ongoing cycle where he just basically uses me as an off-ramp to design me as like a primary villain for his community. And a lot of his worldview unironically revolves around that. Somehow finding a way to directly contradict whatever the I'm advocating for. Even if under normal circumstances, he should be in the same boat. I mean, he is the primary vector of the hate Hassan content farming. That's where it came from. Before that, it was just like random right-wingers. He's the one who serialized that content. And
he's the reason why he's the reason why Ethan Klein has gone so hard into Hassan. It's because Ethan Klein felt personally slighted by Hassan, by, you know, Hassan disagreeing with him. And Ethan and Dan have just been using him, literally just straight up using him to destroy Hassan, because they don't have like any principles or virtues or values of their own. They just have, you're an enemy, I'm going to destroy your enemy or my enemy. It's not more complicated than that. There are no real fans left in their subreddit. Dude, I have seen like the subreddit's also been like imploding a little bit because for anyone who missed it, in an interesting turn of events, Ethan Klein decided to promote Keemstar's merch. And so Ethan Klein and all the team were wearing LolCow Live merch, Keemstar merch. Dude. Just a reminder, the shit that Ethan Klein used to tweet about Keemstar. Now that everyone's concerned about anti-Semitism, I'd like to remind everyone that Keemstar told his audience to tweet at me, death to all the Jews. This is the person that started the outrage machine about my apparent anti-Semitism towards Ben Shapiro. Same guy. Interesting stuff happening here. Watch the video clip, by the way. You can see the discomfort and shame on Love's face.
The best chatters, let's go.
Didn't he also constantly call Hila a horse face as well? I didn't keep up with any of that shit. Sorry, dude. I was too busy fucking reading Homestuck, all right? While you were studying the blade, I was reading Homestuck. But I did see in the H3 subreddit, there are posts being made by accounts that exclusively post in the Destiny and Livestream Fail subreddit, being like, you know what? I think the fans of the H3 show need to grow up and talk about the fact that the crewmates never back up Ethan. And you know what? If they're not going to back him up, they should leave. It's like, dude, your subreddit is so fucking brigaded. Oh my God. His subreddit is like fucked. It's totally fucked. And now his viewers are also totally fucked because they're just filled with freakish Destiny fans. Can you imagine the universe where like half the staff get fired? That would be a fucking insane universe, dude. Christ. So yeah, not great, not great. And I mean, even the initial like ad campaign against Twitch, all of that. What Homestuck are you gonna cosplay as? Jade, duh. That got ads removed. I saw that some people there are people when they get pre-roll ads, because I can't turn pre-roll ads off of my stream. When you get pre-roll ads, instead of a pre-roll ad playing, it just said ad goes here on my channel. Yeah, the guy who caused that shit show, guess what? That was all a coordinated effort from Dan Stockman. Ethan was just like the vehicle that they could use to push that.
Made a lot of money off of it, paid child support off of it for years. In any case, he goes on the wall of shame alongside many of my other ops that have been outed as sex criminals. Destiny has an online career spanning nearly 2 decades at this point. He's expressed all throughout his career that underage girls can and do trick adult streamers. He was over 30 years old when he started talking to Rose. There is no defense. He was willfully ignorant. It's worth noting that a member of a niche online forum made a post early in the morning breaking down how Discord image links work and said it could mean Destiny had been sharing images of Rose around in a newly created channel around the time the leaks happened. As far as I'm concerned right now, the Twitter DMs and email story are compelling, but it's all still alleged. There's no direct evidence proving it right now from what I know. Right now, I'm pretty convinced, but I'd like to see more screenshots backing up the story. I just super love sucking dick. When I haven't for a while, I get needy. Ahaha, cute. Cum fetish, yes. Lol. Have you recorded any more BJ cum videos recently? He was soliciting from a 17-year-old in those logs. But the story also doesn't necessarily end there. I mean, he basically admitted to a lot of this stuff and then went and turned around and hired, allegedly he was soliciting. But he basically turned around and started, at first it seemed like he wanted to apologize for it, at least on the revenge porn side of things, to the people that he had harmed. He admitted a lot of this stuff. And then he went and he hired Prince Andrew's law firm. And since then, he's just been on a tear of undermining the victims over and over and over again. Because at this point, it's just like, there's nothing going on here. Like, it's indefensible. And his reputation is understandably forever tarnished. So all he can do is basically attack and try to bring others down to his level. But yeah, here he is demanding or trying to get her to fly in. Rose was cited for a traffic violation on July 21st of the 2021. The details in the court case mention her date of birth as 10/04, presumably October 2004, without a date specified. I do want to say this, and I can't stress it enough. Dan 100% knew, and Destiny also 100% knew. Keep in mind that currently Ethan Klein is making an effort to defame Hassan and to downplay Destiny's action by comparing them to Hassan's. Do not let these three people, Destiny, Dan, and Ethan, escape this. Ethan is fully aware of the allegations against Destiny and is purposely helping him bury it alongside Dan Saltman. These people are evil. Rose is the only one of the multiple minors of Destiny is 100% sexist throughout the years, this says. Again, I will reiterate, Willie Mack from the start said that he wanted Destiny to get away with it. And when he confronted him finally about Rose, he put it in the video Destiny's lie that you need age verification for Tinder, which isn't true. Willie Mack was and has continued to sweep from the start. What is this? Dan also 100% knew the email that he sent to Bad Empanada was my confirmation. He knows Rose was underage, but he doesn't care and is actively helping him hide it. Redact Dev is run by a sympathizer. Ethan Klein currently is running the campaign to defame Hassan to downplay Destiny's actions while sponsored by Redact.dev. These people are all in cahoots and coordinating one way or another, and they don't even try to hide that they want to help Destiny hide that he's a... If Hassan still refuses to weaponize against Destiny, then he's just as bad as him. He's actively refusing to give the kill shot to an actual predator who has been doing this exact thing for more than a decade. Wait, what do you mean? How the f is this my fault?
The child problem on Facebook is people sending it in the messages.
Yeah.
Sure.
I believe.
This is the weirdest thing I'd ever discovered in my entire life. There was a hashtag. I don't remember.
Huh? Dude, I got CC'd by that comment. What do you mean the problem with the child that they're sending it in messages?
Is this my fault?
The child problem on Facebook is people sending it in the messages.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, there's a lot of replies to that, and sure and yeah aren't at the top of my list personally.
This is the weirdest thing I'd ever discovered in my entire life. There was a hashtag. I don't remember what the hashtag was. There was a hashtag on Twitter for underage people posting
Interesting.
where it was like TWT or it was some fucking bullshit hashtag. But if you clicked it, it was a ton of girls, like 15, 16. Someone was posting full on hashtags. Like, holy shit.
How the did he know that is strange.
It is like, what was it? It was like, I think it was like 15. She wrote 15 minus 3 plus 2 or something like that. Oh, wait, hold on. Somebody saw it. Yeah, it was 8 plus 12 minus 5. And I'm like, what the f? And I start scrolling through, and I'm pretty sure there is a tag on Twitter, MNSFW, I think means minor, not.
Can I delete like the last 10 seconds in my brain? I want it gone, dude. I just want it gone. Thank God you and Hassan got away from this guy. I mean, when me and Hassan spoke to Destiny, he spent the majority of his time arguing with conservatives and making conservatives look stupid. In the same way that you don't judge Hassan for having been friends with someone who attacked and, went after conservatives, you shouldn't judge anyone who spoke to him or knew him at that time. Because again, it was all just like political stuff and debates with conservatives. And now it's like, let's just become the worst person imaginable.
Not safe for work. And there's a whole bunch of people on Twitter that are minors posting like sex. What the f? It was not major, yeah.
NSF side of Twitter, even though it's supposed to be 18 plus, is full of 15-year-olds with 18 plus DNI in their bios, barely 18-year-olds looking to start OnlyFans accounts. What the f is this? When you feel like the internet is a depraved place that's nasty and full of freaks, it gets worse. It's worse than you would ever. I didn't know this. Ugh, nuke Twitter, nuke Twitter. This is your ops, brother. Horrible people. I know. But the reason why I brought this up is because, yes, as the previous Twitter thread also was pointing to.
I do know where this started. This definitely started with Destiny and his community. Whenever I see this shit, it's like, it's obscene, but it's also like, this is peak. People don't listen to women. People listen to whoever has the biggest platform. But like, I hope Destiny didn't give Denims too much trauma when they dated. None of that is true. None of it's true. Literally, I was friends with him when he was friends with Hassan. And in the same way that Hassan's friendship with him broke up because he had the audacity to disagree with him once, the same thing happened to me. Unfortunately, when you have principles and you stand by your principles and you're like, hey, actually, I think this is fucked up or I think this is weird or whatever, some people don't like that shit. And then he attempted later to like rewrite the memory to everybody and convince everyone that something else happened and obscene shit. Actually obscene shit. No, you're good, Darius Bad. You're good. You're good.
As that previous Twitter thread,
the only person that I've ever seen report on it accurately has been Mr. Beard.
Another woman named
Y'all just bring a vibe to the function that PDF files don't like, yeah.
Stasia just came out with allegations that Destiny shared explicit material of her without her consent, and a woman named Denims just came out with an allegation that Destiny had recorded her without her knowledge. This recording was non-sexual, but apparently it's illegal to record people without their knowledge in that state. Destiny chose to ignore Stasia's allegations for some reason, but in response to Denims' allegations, he sent messages to his public chat threatening to leak the recordings of her in an attempt to silence her, showing that he is still engaging in the exact same behavior as always. So now we have 4 different women.
And there's way more now. It's so funny too, because the recording at the time, I mean, a reasonable suspicion for me, considering that now, especially in hindsight, that he's been targeting, that he's been leaking people's sex tapes and all this other shit, and that he's been sending other people shit. at the time, well, you know what? Let me keep this really short. The only reason he never released it and the reason he kept threatening to release it, but then only ended up ever releasing a small part of it was because the recording was so fucking boring. It was just illegal. It was just, oh, this nuke is gonna be crazy. This nuke is gonna, and the entire nuke is just like, the bit that got released was just me being like, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Huh? None of this happened. What the fuck are you talking about? If it literally flopped. The reason he never released it, and then eventually later was like, well, I can't just not release anything, was because it fucking flopped. Fucking Skyrim looking ass Willie Mac show tried to release some of it and be like, I stand with the victims. Except the women I don't like. Except the women I don't like, actually. It's like, huh? Okay. Sure, man, sure. Why are Hassan haters not normal? Like, every one of them have some sort of controversy. Only person who's Hassan is equal is Bad Abnana. He didn't even fully hate him. Yeah. Denims confirmed she's boring. More drama slop at 8. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I have to say, I'm not surprised by misogyny on the left. I'm just disappointed by misogyny on the left, right? And there is like a subset. It's a very, very, very small subset. Because I think most leftists are very, responsible. But there is like a small subset that are like, they have such insane moral purity. And then they take it like to the next level. Where they're like, I just can't believe Denims ever spoke to that man. I don't understand. It must be because she's only interested in money and wealth. And that's the reason she spoke to him. It's like, you're a leftist? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with your brain? Oh my God, you are not a leftist, dude. You're just masquerading as one because you also want like healthcare. It's like, this has constantly been Destiny's MO, which is target women 10 years younger than him, which I was when I spoke to him. And I had been streaming for like 5 months. And then abuse that power dynamic. And he still just kept doing it. It's just gotten worse and worse as he's gotten older and older. I mean, you're still 10 years younger than him? Yes. Yeah. No, I used my feminine wiles to close the age gap and then increase it when I felt like it. Like, has it gotten worse or did it catch up with him? No, definitely has gotten worse. Definitely has gotten worse. Denims owns a time machine. Fuck. True. Not gonna lie, impressive. Thank you. All right. How does it get worse when you get older? Sorry. When I said that, I meant it's only gotten worse for him as he's gotten older because he's still targeting like apparently 17 to 22-year-olds. But as you get older, that gets more and more concerning. Like a 23-year-old dating like a 20-year-old, that could be fine. That could be fine. A 21-year-old dating a 19-year-old, that could be fine. It depends on the dynamic. It depends how long these people have known each other, whatever. But as you get older, it's like a 26-year-old talking to a 21-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old talking to a 20-year-old, a 38-year-old talking to a 20-year-old. Oh, okay. Oh. My ex hated you because you had an OnlyFans and said leftist women who have OnlyFans should not be taken seriously. Me when I'm a true leftist, but I hate sex work. Me when I'm a true leftist, but I fucking hate whores on the internet because they're fucking whores. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on, dude? What is going on?
Pointing to, yes, Dan Saltman, who's Destiny's podcast co-host, sponsors the H3H3 podcast now.
Redact.dev, guys. They are our Bunton sponsor.
That's why you see that.
Oh, sorry. Just to finish up the segment that we were talking about. Yeah, it's just the reason why Ethan being friends with and like taking sponsorships with and like ever collaborating with Dan Saltman is the reason why that's so bizarre is because Dan Stockman has been best friends with Destiny for like a decade or 2 decades throughout all of this. It's like, how the fuck are you still associating with these people in 2025? Like, there should be enough information online that you shouldn't want to associate with these people. I'm sorry, molesting is crazy. How about child molesting? Is that one better? Birds of a feather? Yeah. Guy can't even form words, thinks he has ground to stand on. Yeah. And like the problem is that Destiny's only driven by spite, which is the reason why his like psychosexual obsession with Hassan has gone as far as it has. It's just him malding that like he burned that bridge and then that bridge went on to become a cooler bridge. I don't know. Fucking take the analogy where you need to. And now there's like this obsession with taking him down because it feels like he lost that opportunity because Hassan disagreed with him on like one thing and that was too far. And that's the problem with like ever even trying to be friends with the guy. If you disagree with him on one thing ever, that's it. It's over. It's like, it's over. Then he hit yeah. And then my problem was like not having sex with him. And then it was over. It was like, nope, that's it. You're dead to me. I'm going to try and destroy you and smear you and paint you out to be this horrible person and all these other things. It's like, what the fuck? Huh? Oh, okay. Sure, man. Whatever you say. Cool. Didn't become orbiter. I mean, basically, yeah, it's because you have to understand that all the orbiters that call themselves orbiters to him, they fall in line. They know their place. Like Ghislaine Maxwell, she knows her place. She falls in line. She does what she needs to protect his image. Dan Stockman, all of the people that still associate with him today, they understand that they can't disagree with him ever. And the second that they do, they're out. And then the second that you're out, he targets the shit out of you. And that's why there's a lot of women who should be involved and should be getting lawyers against him. And guess what? They're not going to because they're terrified of him because he's a fucking freak. Because he's an insane person. They want to defend or they're scared to speak out. Yeah. I don't know why anyone would willingly call themselves an orbiter. Bizarre stuff. Very bizarre stuff.
Redact dev button, the Ethan Klein button that he hits when he says some shit as a 40-year-old man who can't control his mouth. That button is sponsored by Dan Saltman. Dan Saltman has a podcast with Destiny. Dan Saltman has done numerous brigades spamming false information to advertisers to try to implement an adpocalypse on Twitch, claiming that Twitch has a deep-rooted anti-Semitism problem.
And they're trying to do it again now. They're like, but unfortunately the hype isn't there because there isn't like a good target to attack. Before, when it was like me and Frogan, it was easy to go after us. But now that it's just, oh, Hassan said this statement and said that you are allowed to use force against IDF members if you're currently in an occupied territory, which is basically a threat against me and my wife. And he's trying to kill me and my wife. We need to deplatform them right now. Quick, start messaging sponsors. I don't know if you guys have seen the recent attempt at like an anti-ad campaign again. It's not popping off the way that it should be, the way that they want it to.
Of course, Dan Saltman streams on Kick. So does Destiny. And I think we all know what that platform looks like. Ethan Klein knows all of this. He knows that Dan Saltman has a podcast with Destiny, is Destiny's like general, basically, second in command. And he tries to actively make it seem as though he's not in cahoots with Destiny and his community, when in fact they get most of their notes from that community. Right now, there's probably thousands of people watching on Destiny's website trying to find the next thing that they can clip out of context and post on live stream fails, the popular subreddit that was once popular for live stream fails.
It's so sad how live stream fails used to be like, it was always kind of a shithole, but it wasn't that bad of a shithole. And now it's literally just a second Destiny subreddit.
And now is just an entire subreddit dedicated to just me. The reason why this subreddit is so active when it comes to Hassan
I hate going to LSF now. It's not even worth my time anymore. Yep.
posts is because it's owned now.
One second. Let me get... I had like an energy drink and I forgot to bring it. One moment.
And completely controlled by one of Destiny's orbiters, who, by his own admission, once famously ran for, I guess, a competition that is called like DGGer of the Year. They've used the Livestream Fail subreddit for the past couple of years at this point to actively try to create and manufacture drama. And in the process of trying to actively manufacture and create drama, they basically destroyed the subreddit, ironically enough. But this is it. That's Dan Saltman. This is this is not what he looks like. I think this is just like this is Photoshop. Destiny's podcast co-host, and that is the guy who runs LSF, former Twitch staff of 4 years. Stale 2000, I believe, is his username. Yeah, if you do top and then click by week, look at the top post in the subreddit, owned and operated entirely by Destiny's mod. Hassan wasn't invited to the streamer games because AT&T didn't want him there. Hassan Piker says that Gila Klein is a valid military target, no repercussions. One Asmongold clip. Hassan triples down on calling Gila a valid target
And then when it's not Hassan clips, it's like me and Mike clips.
of violence. Destiny calls out Twitch for allowing Hassan Piker to run a terrorist recruiting platform on their site. Destiny reacts to Hassan's viral Gila Klein comments. Hassan's response to Mr. Beast and XUC and Aiden making fun of him for not donating, which, by the way, this one was interesting. It's a 2-minute video, and I did donate. I had donated the first day to Mr. Beast's to Mr. Beast charity. Yeah, I did donate. I donated the first day. I just did it quietly. This is the last week. Does this look normal to you? This isn't the first time this has happened. I mean, this has been ongoing for a couple of years at this point. So when you wander in the wild and you see someone who has an opinion over me, about me, that you cannot comprehend where they arrived at that conclusion from, it could be
Yeah, I didn't realize Hila was still doing raids in the West Bank because that's the only way Hassan's statement would even apply to her.
any number of different places, but it's usually from one of these groups that have never stopped doing this. Journalists are aware of it.
The funniest thing is like, because I'm not sure how many of you guys saw this. This was fucking hilarious. Because Destiny doubled down and was like, I think it's valid to try and kill Hassan IRL. And I'm not using hyperbole. Because he did that, Philly D put out a video covering this situation.
This is Hassan Pike.
And as you can imagine, because it wasn't all anti-Hassan, Ethan Klein got upset about
Ethan
this.
and Hila Klein, Destiny situation. It was one of the most requested stories over on the text line, and it's crazy. With many saying it's gone past the line of drama, and this is something else. Well, this mix of podcasters and political commentators, there is more history here than what's happening now. This latest controversy appears to start when you had Hassan Piker making a remark that many believe targeted Hila Klein.
Any kind of violence that Israeli settlers or the Israeli military experiences in the West Bank is literally legal, okay? It is legal resistance against an occupying military force. I cannot repeat this enough. Israel is actually engaging in an apartheid, which is a crime in and of itself. Israel's doing a genocide in Gaza and an apartheid in the West Bank. 2 crimes in and of itself.
How is this statement controversial? Well, did you consider thinking about it from
Out
the...
here always saving my Twitch Prime sub for Denims DNM Dankies.
Thank you, Flower D, for the Prime. This is the best place to use your Prime, because when you use your Prime here, you're no longer sexist. It's true. I read it somewhere. Dan, what if I regular subscribe? If you regular subscribe, you get a goth assigned wife. I put it in the cards that you will be assigned a goth GF within the next year.
Armed resistance against both the settlers.
The odds increase if it's a tier 3. This is true.
And also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters like Wife that participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians engage in an act of resistance against this illegal occupying force is literally legal.
Right, so it appears that he's talking in general about current ongoing violence there, but the call out to your favorite podcaster's wife has gotten a lot of attention because Hila previously served.
Which this is just like, this is international law. You're allowed to fight against an occupying force that is actively trying to commit genocide against you. That we shouldn't just tell the people that are at the behest of the occupying force,
Hassan's
well,
hot. Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
I forgot I added that. What was that? Sorry. His face, dude. Amy Goodman, thank you for the gift sub. I'm Dr. Nick. Thank you for the 4 months. Flash, thank you for the prime. Whoa, Red, thank you for the 16.
Hassan's hot. Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
Dr. Man, thank you for the gift sub. So true. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
The IDF. And this also has a little extra background here. Hassan and Ethan and Hila have been very publicly at odds over their clashing views with Israel and Gaza, as well as just, I mean, a number of other things. But in the here and now, you had Hila seeing Hassan's latest remark and accusing him of calling for violence against her specifically, with Ethan then later echoing that, posting a video yesterday saying,
Why even include a specific person who hasn't served in the military in 20 years?
Almost
Why does
40.
he mix up past and present tense while he's discussing this? You know, is this a responsible use of his words and his platform?
Yeah, we want to talk about responsible use of one's platform, really? Cowl Bummer, dude, thank you for the prime. Dirty Q-Tip, thank you for the 39 months. Heisenberg, thank you for the 3 months. John Steezy, thank you for the prime.
Don't you think that even if what you're saying is true and you meant only people on that raid would deserve violence, that invoking a specific person is really appropriate and true? And doesn't that have the risk for provoking the craziest people in your audience to think?
I like how they say this shit, but like Hassan's audience is huge, and I have yet to see one video, and I know these people would record it, one video of a Hassan Abi head bothering someone on the street. And before, oh my God, I see that goddamn Sneeko video one more time. We've already debunked that shit 6,000 times. That guy has never been a Hassan fan. He couldn't recognize Hassan's name. He couldn't recognize any of his friends, any of the people that showed up on the show at the time. That guy was not a Hassan head. If you say you're my hero, bro, someone can't be your hero if when you hear their name, you're like, dating money to up to my podcast. You're gonna go find Hassan? Dating money. That's not, no. That guy was the biggest Sneeko fan. Twitch streamers are not heroes. Also true. Also true. The only heroes I salute, okay, are minimum wage workers that have to deal with fucking customers. Anyways, yeah, in all of the time that I have existed online, that's the only video I've seen that anyone's tried to say is a Hassan Abi head, and that guy was very clearly not a fucking Hassan Abi head, and that's it. Like, you're gonna embolden your audience to do... No. You will find the most Hassan Abi heads at protests. That's where you will find them. And guess what? They don't waste time fucking going and agitating random people like Ethan Klein or whatever the fuck. By the way, the guy that just harassed Pokemon in LA, she made a video about it. He shouted at her if she would date Sneeko, some mega weirdo Sneeko fan. I mean, the Sneeko fans are fucking crazy. They're fucking weird. But, you know, Sneeko made his bed. He has to lie in it.
That maybe it would be a good idea to
You ever see the clip of the Destiny fan that was stalking Hassan at the DNC? Yeah, there's the video of the Destiny fan that stalked Hassan, and then there was like a different one where they were at the No Kings protest where he said like Ethan owns you, and then there was like a different one of like some Ethan fan that like walked up to Dan Clancy and was like, "What are you gonna do about the terrorists on your platform?" or whatever. Like, I just no. It's Hassan. He's right there. I'm shaking as he's typing. Yeah, I actually wanted to cover. I saw that story. I didn't see how much of it, or I didn't get to take a deeper look into it, but I did see the tweet on my feed about Sneeko and Pokey. Maybe we can watch it. This is a worthwhile opportunity. Let me see.
Wife.
with that then getting a lot of attention online, and even had the likes of Destiny discussing Hassan's comment in a chat, writing, I honestly think you could perfectly justify attacking/killing Hassan IRL for statements like this, with many then saying that escalated the situation to a whole new level, and you had a number of people calling out Destiny for seemingly condoning violence. With Hassan then also posting, this sociopathic cult leader is actively telling his audience that it's moral to kill me in real life because I said Palestinians have a legal right to resist against an illegal occupying force conducting a raid. When anyone joins an occupying force and participates in a raid in a legally occupied territory, the occupied people have a legal right to defend themselves through armed struggle. With him then also addressing the Destiny situation in a stream on Sunday.
That's definitely actionable, I'm pretty sure. It's also
He also apparently said it on stream.
You are killing Hassan. 100%. If this is the norm for political commentary, you could very easily justify attacking or killing Hassan. 100%. If it's going to be that every single Zionist, every single Jew, everybody in Israel, even your content creator's wife or whatever in the West Bank, like if that's the norm, then you could basically kill every online content creator you want. Like if that's how we're gonna run these norms down, that's fucking insane. I don't know. Somebody find the quote of what I said.
I like how we're all just like pretending like the statement from Hassan wasn't a comment about actively occupying or actively going on raids.
And I will keep saying things like that, and I'll constantly keep doing things like that. And I hope Hassan keeps fucking crying about it. And I hope that fucking Ethan misquotes me because of some shit Hassan said. I don't give a fuck. If this is the norm for political commentary, you could very easily justify attacking or killing Hassan. 100%. If the
weird that this guy gets the
Yeah, just a normal comment. Totally normal. The guy sexting 17-year-olds here to tell us it's okay to try and kill Hassan. What the fuck?
have a YouTube
I guess this is what he does in between talking to kids, but not his own kid.
account. Like that is
Very
a real
important to
death
note
threat.
that.
What I'm saying is not a death threat at all. What I'm saying is just what the law is right now.
You had Hassan arguing that he wasn't even trying to give an opinion. He was just
The funniest thing about Epstein is like him and his orbiters and his fans, they fucking love, dude. They love to be like, oh yeah, well, I did this thing, but did you consider that you said a mean word once? Oh my God, epically owned, epically roasted. It's like, what the hell are you fucking talking about? Huh? What? And it's the common strategy that they've been employing for the past, I don't even know how long. Like Pixie, the person who's really been the reason why any of this has come out, the reason why anyone's calling him Epstein or calling him sex pestiny or calling him molestiny is because of Pixie. So I just want to give a shout out to Pixie because she's really fighting the good fight out there. And I know that it can't possibly be fun dealing with like the number of people in her fucking mentions every single day. I appreciate that you went through all the aliases, just in case anyone didn't know some of the other ones. But he like responded. Someone posted in chat and I didn't save it because I'm a fool. Pixie made a comment or something saying like, oh, you know, he knew or something like that. And he thought it'd be smart to reply with like some stupid video or some stupid chat message or something that didn't actually prove anything. But I can't find, oh, here it is. Yeah. Like this is such crazy Epstein strategy. And that's why it's so obvious that like Ethan Klein's subreddit is just being brigaded to fuck. And Ethan Klein's audience is brigaded to shit because they employ the same exact strategies and they go for the same exact talking points. Pixie tweeted this out saying he knew, aka he knew that she was 17 when he was talking to her. And people are criticizing him because he didn't even, there are literally messages of him being like, are you really 18? You look really young. And then he didn't check her ID. He didn't even bother checking her ID. And he thought it'd be, oh, look, okay, well, maybe I, Epstein, was messaging 17-year-olds knowingly and talking about how I want to fly them out away from their parents so that I can have sex with the 17-year-olds. But did you consider that someone showed me a fake ID once so that they could drink at a bar? Pixie, did you consider that you had a fake ID once so you could get into a bar when you were like 20 and you weren't 21? Like, this is not an epic own. This is not an epic own. You getting called out for trying to have sex with a 17-year-old, the response to that is not to do whatever the fuck this is, where it's like, well, you used a fake ID to drink early once. Like, incredible. Actually incredible. Actually insane. Amazing. I sadly think he's trying to say check IDs. Remember, they have fakes, so what's the point? I mean, but he didn't even do that. The idea that you think someone might be under 18 and then you try and have sex with them anyways is crazy. And being like, well, they could have shown me a fake ID. That doesn't make it legal all of a sudden. You just say, well, I can't verify that you're 18 and you're not showing me anything that shows that you're 18 for sure. So I'm not going to pursue this. Also, Epstein literally ran the same smear campaign on Hassan for a brothel, the projection. Yeah. I didn't say it was a valid route, but he's trying to say even if I did, she has fake bullshit. No, this is like peak ad hom. He's not even trying to say that because that would only apply if he tried to get an ID and she sent him a fake one. Then he could say that. Then he could say, well, you know, like people use fake IDs. How was I supposed to? But he didn't even try. He knew that there was a possibility and he didn't care. Because it's like, whatever. All right. Anyways, moving on.
Discussing international law and acts of resistance, with Hassan then also claiming that many people were taking his initial remark out of context and that he by no means was trying to condone or encourage violence against Ela Klein.
There is no point where I have said violence against someone who is not actively in combat is permissible. I don't believe that. That is illegal. This is not, you know, and also immoral. It's a big part of the reason why I also advocate against what Israel is doing. I have also specified that IDF veterans are not valid military targets. If someone were to attack Ela Klein right now, of course they should go to jail. What kind of idiocy is this?
So there you even had some who said, hey, I don't think that you were calling for violence against Ela, saying that it's at the very least very weird that you would bring up your former podcast partner's wife, right, in the context of what's happening in the here and now. Also, something you saw is that when people asked him, why are you addressing this? You know, asking him, why are you feeding into people dragging you into drama? He said,
So it has led to people issuing active death threats to their communities against me. So I think it's a little bit different than just like immature online gossip slop. At what point does it turn into like a real crime? I think this is the point where it has turned into a real crime. But will you consider it to be something beyond online gossip slop when I either get deplatformed or when I get killed? Potentially.
With Hassan saying it's the goal of the people going after him to get him banned and fully deplatformed. And in terms of platforms and deplatforming, in the video that Ethan ended up posting on Monday, he took aim at what content Twitch platforms in general, arguing that the site allows too many calls for political violence, including from Hassan. And then with that, suggesting that since neither Twitch or Amazon are doing anything, the sponsors who advertise there should.
If you use Twitch, if you're watching, when you get an ad, write them and say, hey, I would like to know why you're spending directly your dollars to support violent extremism. Why are you supporting a platform that sanctions, protects, safeguards, encourages, promotes language like what Hassan just deployed against Ela?
But ultimately, that's where we are right now. And in the meantime,
Let me read a chat message out to keep myself sane. It's absolutely not weird to mention Ela. She's been involving herself constantly and she got away with the IO effort. I mean, the point that he's trying to make is it doesn't matter how much you like a specific person. Guess what? If they're actively participating in or aiding Israel in committing their genocide, unfortunately, if they're going actively on raids, they become a valid retaliatory target for people that are actively being occupied and genocided. If you're not an active participant, nobody's fucking talking about you. The purpose of bringing her up was to say it doesn't matter how much you like this person. Guess what? If you're committing a genocide, you're committing a genocide. But like they have to spin it into something else to be like, no, we're the victims. We're the victims. Please believe that. Please. Motherfucker throwing around random words like sanctioned. No. We're going to squash. We're going to squash. We're going to squash. All right.
I'd really love to know your thoughts on this whole situation.
Legal
One,
squash.
just in general, no matter who you are, but also two, I know there's at least some crossover of who's watching my show and who's watching these other three.
And then I saw this.
By the way, I know why he doesn't report on us ever now. It's like,
You saying you realize why Philly D doesn't report on you all the time?
I'm being silly because I do. Let's be honest. I do a meme where I always get mad at him. It's a joke. It's not serious.
Oh, it's a joke. Okay, guys, it's a joke.
Although in this time I am being a little bit serious.
I was gonna say the line probably gets a little blurred for him.
but
But this time I'm being serious. It's a joke, but not this time. It's Schrodinger's joke. I'm only jokingly being mean to him, even if there's no rapport there where he's mean to me back and hasn't been in over a year. Okay.
I think you're doing a joke. I don't think it's funny because I think I'm getting tired of this because people think that if they do say anything positive about us, they're like a Zionist. And I think that is why Philly is avoiding talking about you unless there is like a two sides to it. And it's like on the one side, you got Ethan. On the other, you have Destiny. You tell me what you think. It's like, fuck off.
I could tell. Honestly, I was offended by when he called in on election night and his chat was just insane with the Zionism, the fucking anti-Semitism. It was just unbelievable. And I don't remember how he reacted, but it's been weird since that. And it's like, I don't know. People don't want to stand up against anti-Semitism. They don't. Everybody wants to be anti-racist. Everybody wants to be this.
The reason Philip DeFranco doesn't cover Ethan Klein anymore in Ethan Klein's words is because nobody wants to stand up against anti-Semitism anymore.
Fucking this anti-racist hero who does everything right all the time. But the moment it actually costs anybody anything to actually stand up against racism, then all of a sudden it's I don't want to get involved, right?
And didn't they call Philly on election night? It was weird as fuck. I didn't keep up with that shit. Dude, like, I wonder why Philip DeFranco doesn't want to cover your stories anymore. It's just such a mystery. I mean, more realistically, the problem is like... Sorry, I saw a video. More realistically, the problem is just that there's an exaggeration and a spin on certain stories. Like the best example of this is like the CPS story where Ethan Klein basically went all the way in and said that everybody's calling CPS on him and that I'm calling CPS on him. And then when you actually sit back and like look at the research behind it and you find the original clip, it's like, oh, wait, you went on your show and said what? You went on your show and said this Giardia, what the fuck? Now, guys, I don't know how we got so off topic, but let's finish this story.
Journals that have covered Gamergate are aware of it. They say this is like Gamergate on steroids, but directed at one person instead of like a bunch of different targets. For a lot of these guys who never grew out of that Gamergate style of behavior online, this is what they busy themselves with. Yeah, Slate deleted the DDGer of the Year video, but it's, of course, it was on his...
Hi, I'm Stale 2000.
Yeah, it was on his YouTube.
This is the DGGer of the Year, who I think he actively currently runs Livestream Fails. This is, bro, just shave it. Like literally, you're clearly not committed to the minoxidil finasteride bus. Just send it, dude. Just come on. Let it go. Release it. You either commit to minoxidil and finasteride or you let go. And it's time to let go. I got banned this week from LSF, and in my reply, I asked if he won DGGer of the Year. Dude, you will get banned on there if you do any criticism of Destiny. It took them like a full 24 hours or like 48 hours to finally stop deleting posts of people rightfully pointing out that Destiny was messaging a fucking 17-year-old and trying to sexting a 17-year-old and trying to have sex with a 17-year-old.
YouTube. And
it's alopecia. It's an autoimmune disease. It's not a matter of joking around. Okay, but here's the thing, right? I'm giving good advice. It doesn't matter if it's alopecia or not. Shave it off. It'll look better if you're bald and just embrace it. Come on. I don't know. This is not complicated. Shave it off? Are you serious? Yeah. Shave the rest of your hair off. As a dude, you can rep bald. It's socially acceptable to be bald as a dude. Just commit, dude. Chatter says, I went bald mode and started getting booty calls again. Listen to Denims. I'm just telling you. And like, he's got a pretty good round head. It doesn't look lumpy like Ludwig's. Just shave it, dude. Listen, if you got like a lumpy head like Ludwig, I get it, dude. That's tough. That guy, he's building something in there. I don't know what he's building, but he's building something. That's a rough one. Lumpwig. Yeah, that one's rough. That one's rough. I feel for that. You will not be, Ludwig, you're never going to be a Northern Lion. Give it up. Stop. You are not him. But if you got a nice round dome, shave it. Just commit. Some dudes don't like being bald. The fuck is wrong with this generation? The fuck are you talking about? Guess what? My genetics gave me fucked up teeth, and then I went and I got braces, man. Okay? Like, I don't know what to tell you. You deal with the hand you're dealt. Okay? This is what I mean when I say the soy right. Like, this is so soy. This is the soyest soy you could ever fucking soy. What a fucking baby. You want me to shave my hair off so I look better? Some people don't like it. I would rather have a comb over. Like, that's amazing. That's incredible. Also, like, crying and bitching and moaning about, like, oh, PJ, it's not fair. Meanwhile, there's, like, this woman on YouTube, and, oh, my God, dude, she's so pretty. And being bald as a woman is not socially acceptable. And she does, like, makeup tutorials and stuff. And you know what she doesn't do? She doesn't bitch and moan and whine like you do. She's like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna be bald. I'm gonna be bald. If I gotta be bald, I gotta be bald. And guess what? You can, as a dude, if you're bald and you don't want to be bald, you can do what she's doing and get a wig or get a toupee. You can't do this. This is not it. This is just you being lazy. You're just being lazy. And you're like, it's not fair. Hats, tattoos, there's so many options. Dude, this shit is
How to fake a face tattoo in 3 easy steps.
This shit's
First
crazy.
step, mixing your perfect tattoo color. My tattoos have a bluey tinge going on, so I'm gonna try to emulate that.
Dude, it's so ASMR. Anyways, like, that's crazy. That's a dope look. Just like rep it, dude. Just fucking rep it. Her cheekbones are so pretty though. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a certified woman lover. Please stop talking. Please stop. She's wearing a wig. Yeah, guess what again? You can shave your hair as a dude and then wear a wig. What are you going to say next, Denim? Take a shower? Some of us have terminal stinky. You know, I sweat a lot and showers don't do much. No, I won't wear deodorant. I have a condition. Oh my God, dude. If you're just going to bitch and moan about your whole life, just go live in a fucking cave at that point, dude. Christ. Will you wear wigs? If I went bald, I would wear so many wigs. Currently, unfortunately, my hair is very thick. And it's not long, but it's not short. So shoving this shit in a wig cap, I get like cone head. I like look like a cone head. I can't flatten it far enough. If I ever went bald, I would wear so many wigs. Are you kidding me? It would be kind of freeing in a way going bald. Because it'd be like, I could just throw that bitch on. Actually, some men don't like being bald. It's like, okay, and some women have A cups, all right? And they want really big titties. Grow up. Honestly, what's more humiliating, being bald or holding onto the final grains of hair squeezing out of your scalp for dear life? The only person that's allowed to do that is Moon Moon. That's it. That's the only person. Only he gets to have the island on his head. No one else. I hereby decree no one else may have that hairstyle. Only Goon Goon. All right, moving on.
When we found it, he deleted it. But this is the guy who runs the LSF subreddit. Anyway, that's all you need to know. So not only that, but like I said, Dan Saltman has played a formative role in silencing the criticism that's coming internally.
Reminds me of the Roach philosopher. I'm stinky. Sorry, I'm skinny, so I don't need deodorant. Dude, not the Roach philosopher. At least he doesn't leave his house, so like who cares? You know? I am a firm believer of like, if you don't leave your house, you can kind of just do whatever the fuck you want. You just can't. You can't be a menace to the rest of society by leaving your house smelling stinky as fuck. You know, I've gone on like weeks of like not leaving my house, just playing like, you know, some new DLC drops, and I'm like, I can't leave the house. I need to play. And maybe I didn't shower as much as I should have showered. But I wasn't making other people's lives badly. I wasn't an active biohazard to the general public. The second I left my house, I was like, whoa. I got to go shower first, okay? Let's not disrupt good company, good civil society here. Okay, I'm going to go shower, go outside, and then I can come back home and go back to rotting. Ethical rotting. Okay? Prove it, like Ethan doing a house tour. No, my apartment is like a total it looks like a fucking tornado hit my apartment. There's just like a million fucking boxes everywhere, like Amazon boxes. And I'm like, well, I can't throw these boxes out. I might need to return something. So my apartment is just like littered in like boxes. Nothing else, just boxes.
From the community after Destiny's numerous sex crimes were unveiled and people started questioning Destiny and people started attacking him. People felt like he was maybe not such a good guy.
My fellow orbiters or coworkers, if you're one of my coworkers.
Northern Lion has like 5 clips making fun of you for not cutting those boxes when they arrive. This is like the biggest problem that I have. I don't immediately take care of shit when I go pick up my packages or when they get delivered. This is the biggest problem. I mean, like, dude, can you imagine like putting your whole balls into defending a guy who is saying shit like this?
Here, right, and you got.
I'm scared. Hold on, he's gonna
Is
say
an
something.
absolute distraction.
Right. When
Wish I had enough time to shower and watch tennis.
when you first learn how to shoot, it's usually better to shoot in the isosceles stance, right? Both arms are even. Your entire body is like straight, right? Your legs are lined up with your shoulders, and you're shooting right out in front of you like this. But the way I didn't know this until I started watching her shoot, right? But what happened was when she fired, right? When she was shooting like this and she shot, the way that the recoil traveled through her body would make her ass jiggle in the most delicious fucking way. Oh,
Talking about a 16-year-old.
oh my God, it was the most beautiful fucking sight I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I don't know how it worked, but just every time she shot, the way that her body was absorbed the recoil, there was like that ass jiggle every.
That goes on for another 3 minutes. I personally think we've seen enough. You know? Again, I've said it like a million times. If you don't know any of this shit, and like, I know of people who have gotten Epstein on their like TikTok feed before, especially because last year he was doing a huge tirade against like conservatives again. And they were like, yeah, I like this. I'm like, bro, you know that guy is like getting sued for sending people's nudes and fucking effectively engaging in revenge porn against other people. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? And then you send them some of this shit and they're like, well, now I can never watch this again. All right. Well,
Out there, and you're making your little bit of a strong statement about.
Bro, as a guy, I don't understand when other guys tell me stories like this. Oh, she actually confirms later in the video that she was 16.
Shot. Oh,
I was like 16.
It always can get worse, Chad. It can always get worse.
How much you condemn Destiny and everything else. You better not let me find you doing something else and signing some other bullshit off for someone else. All this is just virtue signaling bullshit, okay? It's like, because it's like, oh my God, sharing nudes? Okay, I'm out of here immediately, right? Like, Hassan, right? Everyone is using this as a jumping off point to like try and make their side win. Don't let me capture you.
Like, that's the only way he analyzes this stuff, is like making their side win. It's not about winning a side, man. Like, what the
Are you sure? What about this?
Okay.
with children.
Well, you know, they're hotter.
And the text on the screen says from 2022, I finally found a dude last night. Fuck, I sucked him off in the back seat. Was super, super hot and fun from Sex Destiny.
Let's fucking go. That's why we love him. That's why we love this guy.
And it's from the same stream date, or sorry, from the same date that stream was. Destiny, Blue Pills, Nick in IRL debate, August 24th, 2022. And the chat message is August 19th, 2022. Oh, he blue pilling all right. He blue pilling all right. The blue pill in question, Blue Chew, sponsored. That's true. Sponsored segment. I'm just kidding. It could never be sponsored. Worst timeline ever. Yeah, I gotta say, pretty dog shit timeline. Pretty dog shit timeline that we're looking at here.
do you mean? It's about having an incredibly toxic force in online political discourse that is basically never held to account. Never.
It's like really sad because like these people are so insistent, like the Sex Destiny group are so insistent on trying to destroy their enemies at any cost possible. It doesn't matter to them. They have one goal, which is to destroy, and that's it. To the point where like I'm sure many of you guys saw the streamer games. They had like an AT&T sponsor, and AT&T was like, we're not going to sponsor you if you have Hassan on. And like, I don't think you guys should get mad at like Ludwig or any of the people that put on the streamer games at all, because I mean, Hassan's a large content creator. He's going to be okay if he doesn't get to stream or participate in the streamer games, right? It's not important. And if anything, I appreciate them putting the event first and giving an opportunity for a lot of other smaller streamers to get involved and participate in things. You should get mad at Ludwig for other reasons, okay? And, you know, be annoyed by him for other reasons,
If you
but
ever got
not that
invited
one.
to the streamer games, would you join?
I mean, I probably am just as much of a risk to AT&T, but we'll see. It was pretty openly known AT&T didn't fuck with him after Anime Expo. Yeah, he'll survive. He'll be fine. Really, it's not. It's fine. But I will say it's so infuriating that like the ad targeting campaign worked and that like these people just get to be disinfo machines and push as much of this garbage as possible. And it makes everybody else too afraid to interact because then they don't want to get smeared as anti-Semitic or whatever. And then have all of their personal fucking beef or personal shit be like aired out, because these people don't have arguments for why they're being evil. They just want to be evil. And then they defend it by being like, well, Hassan went to a brothel and they were probably underage at the brothel. And it's like, what? And the thing is, or they'll pull up like his really old clips with the Miley Cyrus clips or whatever the fuck. And it's like, yep, you caught him, dude. No one on the internet has ever said anything bad ever. In fact, every single successful streamer has a perfect track record and has never done anything bad ever. Ever. It's like, are we fucking serious right now? Like, is this a joke? Is this fucking joke? Yeah, a lot of people had pulled the whole you should have told AT&T to go fuck themselves and then therefore no longer have an event at all anymore. Yeah. It hurt so many small creators to demonetize all of politics. Now it's only Hassan and Gold. In what world was that a good conclusion? They don't give a shit about politics, much less liberalism like they claim to. Oh, for sure. Oh, 100% for sure.
The events that are unfolding, their hope is that it just inevitably goes away.
I mean, the reality is, just like Milo Yiannopoulos, these people don't go away unless they get deplatformed. The craziest thing to me is that YouTube is okay with having this fucking on their platform. Like, I don't see, and this has always been a principle that I've believed in really strongly for the past, I don't even know how many years. If their strategy is to just smear people until they get to win, be it through public pressure, losing sponsors, losing ads, whatever, why shouldn't we apply their methods to them? we should have a mass campaign against YouTube for platforming this guy who's sexting who is sexting minors. If Sneeko can get taken out of YouTube, so can child molesting. Keep pushing. Yeah. Like, there should be a mass campaign for this right now. Because, again, like, I'm pretty sure the only people that have ever gotten targeted have been, like, Steven Crowder did a little bit, but not really. And then, or he had some videos that he had to take down. But I'm pretty sure they take the pretty seriously. I don't think that they take anything seriously, but I think that they might take things seriously. And we should have all of these clips of Epstein talking about how sexy children are, or whatever the fuck he's doing, whatever the fuck shit he's on. Those should be all over the internet. Like, this should not be in the same way that, like, Democrats and, like, CNBC and MSNBC and CNN all pushed the fuck out of the Epstein story because they knew it was a winning story. We should be doing the same thing.
I think what they fail to recognize, that the lack of counter messaging from progressive voices on this platform, out of understandable fear that they might be harassed endlessly by some of these rabid monsters, has created an environment where the most loud voices you hear are the likes of Asmongold. And there's only one person who is actively in the top, regularly duking it out with these people, and that person is ritualistically humiliated with ridiculous smears over and over again and turned into a toxic pariah. What do you think happens at that point? If the only voices of political discourse is far-right voices, and the only major voice of progressive politics is a guy that those far-right voices are explicitly attacking with regular frequency, from the audience's perspective, they don't actually understand where that silence comes from these other content creators. They don't see the way the sausage gets made. They don't know that this is out of real fear of harassment that they do not want to invoke. So they think, oh, everybody's right-wing. This is cool. Reading an AI script? Yes. I'm reading an AI script.
I love the haters. It's like, hey, you must be reading a script. My favorite one was, like, I was talking about the lawsuit way early on, and it was like some replies on some fucking thread. I don't remember where. It was like, she probably pre-wrote this on stream. Where did she get these words from? It's like, what the I am way too lazy to prep stream content like that. Jesus. Hell no, I'm not preparing fucking scripts for stream. Fuck no. Weird to admit that he's so coherent. It must have been written by an AI or something. Yeah. Obscene stuff happening here. You're making basic deductions. Are you a wizard? You a wizard? Why would that be bad if someone had a script? Well, it's implying that they're too dumb to think of it on the spot. And the only way they could say something smart is by writing something ahead of time or using AI to write something for them. You can speak well without help? No, that's not possible. This is the worst account on Twitter. Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. For sure. I liked it so I could show you guys this. Also, just blatant admission that they have you, that they think you have a point. Correct.